Welcome to another edition of Symmetry Spotlight, where I break down financial topics and common investment questions with the goal of helping you make sense of the world of finance. This month's topic is Roth IRA conversions, which is a topic that we get quite a bit of questions on from clients. So I plan to break down what they are, why investors do Roth conversions, and the pros and cons you need to consider before you decide to pull the trigger on a Roth conversion. For starters, let's do a quick refresher on what a Roth IRA is. So a Roth IRA is a tax advantage retirement account that gives you the ability to invest your money into assets of your choice. The contributions you make to the Roth IRA are not eligible for an immediate tax deduction like you would receive with a traditional IRA. But the benefit of these accounts is that all of your withdrawals are tax-free as long as you had the account for at least 5 years or you're over 59 and a half. If you want to learn more, I would encourage you to check out my February Spotlight video. If you want to take a deeper dive between the differences between a traditional IRA and a Roth IRA. Roth IRAs are very popular these days. A lot of investors are in favor of them because they want that bucket of money that they can draw income from in retirement tax-free. And ideally, if all of your retirement money was tax-free, that'd be a really good position to be in, right? But the IRS poses limits on how much you can add to your Roth IRA per year, which for 2025, that limit is $7,000 if you're under age 50 or $8,000 if you're over age 50. So the other way that investors are getting more money into their Roth IRA accounts above and beyond those IRS limits is through these Roth IRA conversions. So the strategy involves taking money out of a pre-existing account like a traditional IRA, a 401k, or another tax-deferred retirement account, and then you transfer or convert that money over into a Roth IRA. So the money basically moves from one account to the other account. Roth conversions are super simple, they're super quick to do, but the caveat is there are tax implications with doing this. So whatever amount that you convert over to your Roth IRA, that's going to be subject to income taxes in the year of the conversion. And this gets added on to whatever other income that you have for the year. So because of this, it's prudent that you have a good understanding of what that additional income will do to your taxes for that calendar year. And apart from the tax implications, you also want to double check that that additional income won't complicate any other benefits you have. For example, the additional income could affect your Medicare premiums if you're on Medicare, or if you're on open marketplace insurance, that additional income could affect your premiums for your marketplace insurance. So what are some of the reasons why investors do these Roth conversions? Well, number one, for people who think they're going to be either in the same or an even higher tax bracket in retirement, it might make sense to convert more money over to a Roth IRA to generate that tax-free income in retirement. Or if you think tax rates are going to go up over time, the Roth IRA would be immune to those tax increases. Another reason why people pursue Roth IRA conversions is to avoid or minimize their future required minimum distributions. Accounts like 401ks, traditional IRAs, those are subject to required minimum distributions, while Roth IRAs are not. So using some of our financial planning tools, we can project out what a client's future required minimum distributions could look like. And in some cases, those RMDs are significantly more than what that client needs to cover their expenses. And that additional taxable income that's being generated is only giving them a much higher tax bill than they need. So by converting the traditional IRA over to the Roth IRA, we can potentially lower those future required minimum distributions for that client and lower that projected tax bill. Finally, there are some clients who have a goal of wanting to leave an inheritance to the next generation. So through the Roth conversions, we can ensure that their beneficiaries are receiving that Roth account tax-free as part of their inheritance. So for clients where that's really important to them, Those Roth conversion strategies can be a really neat tool to provide on that legacy to the next generation, but do it in a more tax efficient manner. In summary, Roth IRA conversions can be a really great tool for investors who fall into one of those scenarios I just mentioned. But there are a lot of nuances you need to understand before you pull the trigger on this. The most important one being, can you afford the taxes possibly owed on this conversion? And as of 2018, Roth conversions are irreversible. So everything needs to be planned out in advance to make sure it checks out. So for my clients, obviously happy to help with any of that. If you have any questions, please give me a call or send me an email. Otherwise, I look forward to talking with you again soon.